Welcome to Kush News, the newscast of the African diaspora. I'm your anchor, Ochanda, in for the weekend edition, daily bringing you the top stories from Africa and the Caribbean. Let's take a look at today's news on Sunday, May 7th, 2023. We go to Sudan, where opposing parties are in Saudi Arabia for a humanitarian truce. Representatives of the Sudan Armed Forces and the paramilitary Rapid Support Forces have ignited a humanitarian crisis, claimed hundreds of lives, and left thousands wounded and displaced. In a joint statement, the government of Saudi Arabia, along with the United Nations, have urged both parties to take into consideration the interests of the Sudanese people and actively engage in talks towards a ceasefire and end conflict. The statement also stresses that the efforts of the countries and organizations which supported these talks have negotiated a process that should include engagement with all Sudanese parties. In a press statement yesterday evening, the general commander of the Sudanese Armed Forces confirmed the departure of the delegation to Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. The office of the official spokesperson of the Sudanese Armed Forces confirmed that a delegation had left for Jeddah last Friday evening. Both the Sudanese National Army and the Rapid Support Forces have emphasized that the discussions will center around negotiating a humanitarian truce, which will allow civilians to find safety and allow for medical and food aid to reach those most affected by the conflicts. The talks have attracted criticism from commentators. A senior official from the Africa Center and the former chief of staff had stated and dismissed these talks as pure power politics. Those in Sudan, let us know on your outlook if a humanitarian truce will hold true. Let's stay in Sudan and go into discussion about the thousands that have left. United Nations officials have confirmed that around 9,000 more have left Sudan for the Central African Republic. Some have been taken by local families, while others have formed a makeshift camp around the town of Dafok, around the border of Sudan and Chad. A third of them were Central Africans returning home. An official said that we're currently discussing with the minister, who will decide on behalf of the government when this population will be settled. Conditions of that bordering town are far from ideal, as rainy season has started this month and the region is prone to flooding. Outbreaks of disease, and in particular malaria, are worrying organizations. Malnutrition is also a concern. They're already starting to take care of the sick, stated an official, at least in relation to this. We are trying to see if we can provide mosquito nets so that people who can at least protect themselves against malaria do so and have a means to do. Central African Republic has many troubles of its own. It's been enduring in its own civil war for years, which have kept amongst the 10 poorest countries in the world. The United Nations says that about 120,000 people also need food assistance. Those in Chad and Sudan, let us know on your status and let us know on what your long-term plan is, if there is a long-term plan. Let's go to the Caribbean and end it there. An earthquake has rattled Antigua and neighboring islands. A magnitude 4.0 earthquake has reported north of Antigua and Barbuda this morning. The Seismic Research Center in the Caribbean said that the quake occurred around 5:50 a.m. this morning at a depth of about 10 kilometers. According to the aquatic earthquake location of the Seismic Research Center, the quake struck St. John's, Bassatire, and Point Apitre. Those in Antigua and Barbuda, let us know if you felt the aftermath of the earthquake, and if you happen to get any footage. Kush News would love that. We end today's weekend edition with the African proverb of the day. And it comes to us from no particular nation and or ethnic group, and it reads, "To neglect one's ancestors would bring ill fortune and failure in life." Once again, to neglect one's ancestors would bring ill fortune and failure in life. And here at Kush News, we honor our ancestors. Let me know your interpretation of today's African proverb of the day, as well as your thoughts, questions, comments, views, and concerns on the top stories. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for today and any other time that we upload material. Also, feel free to follow us on Twitter. We hold weekly Twitter conversations. Again, that's weekly Twitter spaces at Kush_news1. Also, as you guys may know from the Kush Combos TV channel, I do a little bit of emceeing. That's right. I get on the mic and hype a party up. This upcoming Saturday on May 10th, I believe, there will be an event here. And for those that are watching that are local to that event that will be happening on May 10th that I'll be hosting and emceeing for, you can get your chance. That's right. This is your chance to get free tickets. That's right. I'm giving out 3 free tickets to that event. All you got to do is come up with the times or with the numbers that I hold up in each episode of this week. That's right. I will hold up a certain number of fingers every episode of this week. All you got to do on Friday night is let Kush Convos on any of the social media platforms below. Let me know on what numbers they were, no matter what day they were. Just let me know what numbers I held up on each episode of this week. Again, I'll be on all 5 days, including today. There will be an episode where I will hold up fingers. Let me know on how many fingers I held up each and every day. For Kush News on Kush Convos TV, I'm Ochanda. We'll see you soon.